Olá e bem-vindos to João's Recipes. Today we're going to be learning how to make Arroz Doce, a traditional Portuguese Christmas rice pudding. So we start with 125 grams of normal rice, long grain rice, as you can see, cheapest one. Cheapest one, the better it is. There we are, a little bit off. I'll need to take a couple of grains out. Perfect, 125. Next is 100 grams of sugar. You can put less than 100 grams. Actually, the recipe calls for more than 100 grams, but I think that's a bit overkill. There we are. Next is 3 egg yolks. 3 gemas de ovo. Well, I messed up a little bit, but that's how it happens. 1.5 peels of lemon. 2 cascas de limão. And then 1 cinnamon stick. This is real cinnamon from Sri Lanka. Canela. 25 grams of manteiga, butter. 250 ml of water, agua. And 1 liter of milk. 1 liter late. We should also have cinnamon and salt. So here are all the ingredients. Let's go for the recipe. Bring the water to a boil. After it comes to a boil, we add the rice. We're gonna cook the rice. Cozer o arroz. We're gonna cook it until all the water evaporates. You can reduce the heat a little bit and add a little bit of salt. Make sure you stir it, don't let it stick to the bottom. It will take about 5 to 10 minutes for the water to evaporate.
Few moments later.
Okay, you can see now that almost all the water is evaporated. Okay, which is good news. Now we can add the butter, manteiga. So we're gonna add the butter, add the casca de limão and canela, and finally add the milk. Okay, I finished adding the milk. You didn't see that because for some reason the camera stopped recording, which is fantastic. You should leave a little bit of milk behind. Okay, maybe about 2 spoonfuls, because we're gonna use it to mix it with the gemas, with the egg yolks. Okay, now I'm going to increase a little bit the heat just to wait for it to go into a boil. So when it starts to go into a boil, começar a cozer, then we'll count 30 minutes. 30 minutos. Okay, we're starting to see bubbles. When you start to see bubbles, that means it's about time to start the timer. So I put the timer to about 20 minutes, and we'll see what happens then. It's very important that you mix it once in a while so the rice doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay, you can feel with a spoon if it sticks to the bottom or not, and just try to unstick it. About 10 minutes have passed, and you can see the rice nicely boiling. We're gonna let it cook for a little bit longer.
2 very boring minutes later.
Okay, you can now see this plastic-like texture is on the top. Okay, it's just milk and butter and probably rice that is just cooking and it's just mixing together. You don't really have to worry about it. You can remove it later with a fork. Just be careful that the rice is not sticking to the bottom, as the milk usually tends to stick to the bottom. Here you can see it's coming up really nicely. Oh, the alarm is ringing, so that means 20 minutes have passed. So what we'll do now, we'll allow it to cook for 5 more minutes. You can see how much the rice has grown, it's almost all up to the top. And then after 5 minutes we'll add the sugar. Okay, as you can see on mine, it's actually bubbling a lot, even though the 5 minutes haven't passed. So what I'll add the sugar to see if I can increase more time. So sugar, with açúcar. I'll slowly mix it in. Make sure it's like thoroughly mixed. You can see how much the rice has grown, look at that. Whoa. Okay, and meanwhile, what we'll do now, we'll add the gems. And we'll add the yolks, the gemas. So the milk that you had before, you're going to mix it into the gemas, slowly, just a little bit, and mix it. The reason we do this is because it'll make it much easier to mix with the food. Oh, nice color, isn't it? So I'll slowly mix it in. It's very hard to do this with one hand. We'll just make sure that we get all of this with a Salazar. That's what the Portuguese people call this instrument, because it cleans really well. You don't need to film me move. The color is perfect. Now after we add the yolk, we should just let it boil, but as you can see, there's bubbles already coming out, so that means it's okay for us to remove it from the cooker. Okay, so now we just let it cool down, and then we'll put it in the fridge.
1 hour later.
Okay, so an hour has passed. You can see it's very nice and creamy. Look at that. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Now let's put it onto the tray. Don't worry, Dinosha, I'll remove the cinnamon. Maybe this wasn't the best spoon. Maybe having the Salazar. Use the Salazar, it leaves everything clean. Well, you're gonna be a taste tester anyway.
Yes. Let's get rid of the cinnamon.
Okay, I'll get rid of the cinnamon now.
Was that the last of my cinnamon?
No, there's more.
Okay. That is high-grade cinnamon, you know.
Yeah, from Sri Lanka. I know that.
Delicioso!
And now we put it in the fridge. We just leave it in the fridge until it's cold enough to eat, maybe half an hour to an hour.
1 hour later.
So this is how it should look once it comes out of the fridge. And you should sprinkle some cinnamon. Unfortunately, Dinosha doesn't like cinnamon at all, so we're just gonna have it like this. I'll put some cinnamon on mine. Bon appetit! Japanese cinnamon. Ah, there you go. Oh, look at this. Lovely. Bom.
Arroz, açúcar, ovos, gemas, limão, casca de limão, pau de canela, manteiga, água, leite.
Adorei a tua música.
Such a bad song. I hope we don't include that. They'll be like, ah!